Morning, welcome to Hitchhiking Stars YouTube channel, Cosmic Hitchhikers. And as per, we're going to have a look at the weekly transit. So from Tuesday today, Mars Day, great for taking action, to next Tuesday. What's going on? What's there? What's the best that can be done with, the cosmic configurations? What are they representing and reflecting of our inner lives as well, which is how I see. So this week, interesting week, turning points. Remember I said in a previous video as well about the lunations, about new moons, full moons, they're kind of representing a shift of energy. So we do have a new moon on the 1st of April. So 1st of April 2022, Friday, so this coming Friday at 6:30 in the morning in London. This is set for London. I'm still in London. So this is set for London. So first new moon of the new astrological year. New astrological year is when the sun ingresses into Aries. So the first new moon is in Aries. And here we have moon at 11 degrees, sun at 11 degrees Aries, and they're very close to Chiron. So this lunar cycle has something to do with the archetype of Chiron as well. And this would be talking about our individual wounds somehow. So this lunar cycle is reflecting something of our individual wounds and potential healing of these wounds. What do we want as individuals? What do we want as unity, as someone separated from others and separated from the expectations of other people as well? Because we think about the duality between Aries and Libra. Now, where is Aries in your chart? Because that new moon will be falling somewhere in your chart, will be in the 10th house. Well, that's about individuality in your career and how do you take initiative in your career. If it's in the 5th house, there will be creativity, it will be your relationship to your creations, including your children, including your sense of identity through creativity, through what you create, what you put out into the world. If it's in the 7th house, it will be something about relationships and your partnerships and keeping individuality within the partnership there. So where is it? This is always very important. I'm going to be going on and on and on about plugging things into your chart. No matter how much the general information can be interesting and insightful, it always has to be placed into your natal individual chart. So there is a little stellium there in Aries, bringing that sense of, we had quite a, phase without any planets in air, or in fire. And I was talking about that sense of feeling a bit sluggish, not really having the power and the will to do anything. Well, there's all of these planets in Aries now, so it has a kind of an oomph to it, and a sense of initiative as well. But it will also be a lunar cycle where we're highly aware of our wounds regarding initiative, regarding courage, regarding all of the Aries, topics, like putting yourself first, going and doing, like feeling the fear and doing it nevertheless. So those are some of the topics there with the Aries. Now, the planet that rules this stellium in Aries is our Mars in Aquarius. Now, for me, it does give a further clue there, because Aquarius is, although they're in sextile, so they're in a kind of a nice flowy aspect between each other, they have very different energy, because Aries is about taking action and doing something that you want to do regardless of what other people think, and Aquarius is the sign that's connected to the group and what the group wants, and doing the best for everyone, and thinking about politics and social justice and all of these ideals, and a group of like-minded people as well, your friends, and etc. So there is a kind of a clue there between the individual wishes and wants and that sense of responsibility towards the group as well. So how do we balance this? I think that Mars being there in Aquarius is reflecting that as well. Mars will be coming very close to a conjunction to Saturn. That's an aspect that's known in antiquity as very malevolent and difficult, and etc. Now, I don't like this dual way of seeing things. I think we've grown a little bit more complex than that. There's no good and bad. They're all shades in between. And so Mars, Saturn, what can we do with it? Well, we can do some serious martial arts with it. We can, seriously control our willpower and be productive and be sharp with what we want to do and how we want to do. And, express our anger in a constructive way. That's Saturn Mars at best. So we don't want to think about it worse. We want to think about at best. And again, not to be a shallow Pollyanna or anything like that, but to really be constructive, creatively constructive with astrology. That's what I like to do. That's what I am to do with astrology. And that's why I think about, just different ways, brainstorming, just different ways that the planets can come out. So Mars over there close to Saturn. So doing what's, what you're supposed to be doing something responsibly as well, but dealing with that sense of wounded individuality at the same time. Another interesting thing, obviously we have that Jupiter-Neptune coming to a conjunction. There is a video there somewhere a couple of weeks ago that I've done on that transit in specific, because it's such a big one as well. So they are coming very close together, and they'll be very close in this new moon as well. But what really catches my eye there as well is that Saturn square to the nodes. Now this is something that's been going on for a while. That Mars-Venus were in a conjunction for a while as well, and the ruler of the South and the North node were traveling together. And I feel that's almost like these first few months of 2022 is almost like a portal of potential to deal with our karmas and to clear up some karmas and to create some new karmas as well, if you're not being self-aware and if you're just sleepwalking through life maybe. But it seems to be an important transit there as well, where we can clear up some old debris and some old stuff, and especially connected with desires, with possessiveness, with crisis, with drama, unnecessary drama. And so these planets in Aquarius as an apex to that South and North node seems to be, reflecting of the best way that we can deal with this during this season is by taking a step back, being detached, and I think that's also a clue for the wounds regarding the Aries. Rather than stomping your foot and throwing a tantrum, which will be very Aries indeed, take a step back, be rational, rationalize with people, talk about what you want and how you want, and rationalize around it. I think this is a great clue for this next lunar cycle, but it is all about healing our individual wishes and wants and feeling that we're worth it, that what we want is important. It's not just about everyone else's wishes and everyone else's needs. So that's it, folks. This is the chart for the new moon. The next week or so transits, hit me up, send me messages, anything that you wish to share with me, or comment below, or give us a like as well, so we can achieve, we can spread the information a little bit further, so people that are interested in my take of astrology and astrology in general can kind of find this information. Otherwise, happy new moon. Don't forget to set your intentions, because I think new moons are great for setting intentions, new beginnings, etc. And I'll see you all next week.